You asked earlier, can we talk about faith on here? We can't not talk
Right.
about faith
Because I'm going to.
on here.
Yeah.
The whole reason we're here is because this is what God's called me to do.
Right.
What God's called us to do.
Yeah.
You've landed on the Shadowpoint podcast,
Where storytelling gets strategic
branding gets personal,
and snack breaks turn into full-blown branding breakthroughs. What's the work that we actually want to be known for?
I think that goes back to, man, there's so much that plays into that.
Right.
So when you say, what work do we want to be known for? How do you define that?
Right.
When we can literally market anything. I almost want to be known for values and quality more than a specific kind of work. If we're thinking big picture, when you think of a brand, you don't necessarily just think of one thing. So take Nike. You don't just think of, oh, they have shoes, though that's a huge part of what they do, and that's probably your second thought. But my first thought of Nike is athletic, sports, running, fitness. And then comes shoes, shirts, sports, whatever.
Yeah. It's an impression.
Yeah. And so I guess what do we want to be known for? I want to be known for excellent work. That's one of our core values is excellence. So I want to be known for excellent work. I want to be known as the company that really cares about people. So much of this can be caught up in we're marketing this, we're taking photos of this or video of that or graphic designing X, Y, and Z. But like when it comes down to it, I think what helps us stand out is our care for people.
Yeah.
It goes so much beyond just the work. And I care so much about each of our clients. And the reason we're doing work for them is to change their life.
Right.
Whether it's to improve their bottom line, whether it's to make them feel better about their business, to help them grow their business, to help them expand what they're doing with their team. There's so many reasons why people would work with us. But I guess first thought, initial impression, I want people to think of our company as excellent and hospitable. Those are both core values that mean so much to me. That stems from our faith. There's so much. You asked earlier, can we talk about faith on here? We can't not talk about faith.
Because I'm going to.
on here.
Yeah.
The whole reason we're here is because this is what God's called me to do.
Right.
What God's called us to do.
Yeah.
And he's brought each of us so specifically into the roles he's brought us here. And I don't know the grand, bigger purpose that he has for this, but I know that his call on my life is to love God and love other people.
Yeah.
And we're going to do the best we can do to honor his calling to do this work, right? So we're going to do excellent work because it's as unto God, not unto other people. He's called us to love other people. He didn't call me to be a photographer. He didn't say, love God and go make videos, love God and go fly drones, right? It's love God and love other people. And so in all the tools that we use, our focus needs to continue to be and will always be love other people.
Yeah. I thought you were really going to go with we're going to be the best. I was like, cool, I can take this route. Never mind. But I really feel the same. I think even a few years ago, even 6 months ago, before I started working for you, I think my answer would have been commercials, short films, movies. And I think my journey with the Lord has been so much less about the thing and so much more about how you get there, especially in this industry where so many different hands touch any project.
Yeah.
And it takes so long, it takes so much effort, and it really does become way more about the process than the end product.
Yep.
If it was really fun, even if the final product isn't as good, which is not what we're going for at all, the end product will be amazing.
Get it up.
Right? It really is, like even my short films that I did in school, when the end product was great, but we're like, oh man, that was a brutal 4-day shoot, versus when it was so enjoyable and fun, and it's like turbo learning every single day. That's way more impactful, and I do think that is what has opened the door for the stuff that we even get to do now. People have enjoyed working for us, and they're like, well, we don't really know what you're selling us, but we like you guys.
Right.
So we'll hear you out. And that's awesome. Yeah. That is amazing. That is why we're doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
And so it makes the what flexible if the how is really our focus with what we're doing. So I would agree. I would say if we want to be known for being really enjoyable to work with, being flexible, bringing great ideas to the table, and having a good attitude, because Lord knows, a 10-hour day can bring out just everything out of you, especially in summer out here, 110.
Yes. The reason we're so okay with focusing more on the journey and the process than the final product is because I think we've nailed the final product. Like, I don't mean to be cocky or anything, but everybody on our team is so freaking good at what they do. I have no concern if the final product is going to be good. I know it's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm glad.
That's where our excellence values come in, right? Is we're all doing the very best we can do for the final product.
Yeah.
And so I think when the focus can shift from, and this even translates for our clients, when our focus can shift from the stress over, golly, I hope this is the best video we've ever made, to this is going to be the best time our clients ever had making a video. Like you said, it's that experience that changes the relationship, that changes the value that we bring. And I think even in that creates an even better final product.
Totally.
Because we've been flexible, we've been creative. None of that stress blocked up the creativeness
and guards are down. That's where the good ideas come in. People are more willing when they're relaxed. We've seen it. That is where the good stuff happens.
Yeah. I think that just comes from really truly being professionals,
setting the tone
in each of our fields.
Yeah.
So if I set Boone on a graphic design project, say we're doing a complete visual rebrand for a big company, that can be a stressful, hard thing for the big company, right? But Boone's not worried about, can I get a final good product, right?
Yeah.
He's going to knock it out of the park. His job is client relationship. How do we present who we are and the process, and are we stressful to work with, or are we fun to work with? Are we easy to take ideas and
excited for their rebrand?
Yeah.
Which is continuous.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just recently talked to another client who they were working with different creatives in kind of a different field, but it's been 3 months of headaches for them trying to get the final product dialed in because this other company just wanted to be done. Yeah. They just they weren't doing what they were supposed to do, and they kind of put the client and said, look, you come up with the stuff and then we'll make it. And that wasn't their job at all.
Right.
That's it was just something that they were sharing with us. They're considering working with us on a couple of things, and they were like, well, this is the other experience.
This is my creative trauma.
Right.
Not sure if you want to work with you. Yeah.
Right. And it's really good for us knowing that we can really push into the relationship thing. And I was able to really speak to, that's fine. We love the collaboration. We love the back and forth, the communication, the talking.
Yeah.
Heck, we set up specific Slack channels so you speak directly to our team and get super fast feedback and turnaround. And we like that process. And I think more people need that. More people need to enjoy the process than just the final, I got a logo.
Right.
All right, go to Fiverr. Go get a logo.
Right. Well, especially if you want to do it long term, right? A one and done doesn't do any in the world of marketing. A one and done really doesn't have lasting impact. So if we can make it sustainable, then we do earn.
If you're working with a team on retainer for a year or more, you've got to have that chemistry.
Yeah.
You've got to have that bond that makes sense, that you enjoy working with them. I mean, that's our goal, is to be the marketing team on retainer for that year plus.
Because it takes us, that long to work in a good groove and to figure out the brand that we're working with and how to kind of get into their mode of thinking and dream with them on our side of expertise. So,
where do faith and creativity intersect for us? I'll let you take that one. For you personally.
For me,
personally,
I would say in the last year, I felt the Lord ask me about where I was pulling my inspiration from. In writing, I didn't realize I'll always go to a movie or my favorite song or a certain playlist. And it felt a little silly to go, I'm totally going to the world for inspiration for how to create anything that I want the Lord to be in. And it really challenged me to go to the Lord for creativity. Like, why wouldn't I ask the author of the thing for help? If I'm trying to figure out what would move a human heart, what would compel a person, a story, why wouldn't I go to the one who made, and it sounds like obvious, but I had never been intentional about sitting down and like, give me an idea.
Yeah.
Show me what would work for this company. And it sounds like you wouldn't think the Lord has any interest in that or doesn't have the idea. And he does. So I think I'm challenged in where I'm getting that creative momentum from. And also humility in your ideas. Because sometimes in the collaborative process, you think you have an idea and it changes all the way. And so I think I feel it pull on my faith to go, it's not yours.
Yeah.
It really isn't yours. I know we prepared. I know we had an idea and we had a plan, but sometimes to serve the client best, to serve the idea best, it necessitates a pivot and a changing of your idea. And I think as creatives, like, we get so attached. It's our baby. It's our thing. I spent so much time doing this.
Yeah.
But that's where, if you can be humble with all of it, it just makes it so much more enjoyable. But you learn, like, it's never the thing you have completely locked down. And that's kind of what's so fun about it. It's different every time. You get there differently every time.
Yeah.
You can't really formulate it.
Can you speak a little more specifically to like a recent interaction where you were looking for that idea and you felt like it came through?
Oh man, honestly, any of the last proposals we've sent out,
Okay.
especially when we have like a time cap on it, it's hard to sit there and go, be creative now. But I find like the Lord will seriously remind me about things I liked about shows I'm watching, or I'll hear a song and it just like, oh, that would be kind of a funny little, that's a funny little opener. Maybe if we I don't even know. It comes in like little phrases. I think that's where most of scripts start for me. It's like one line of dialogue and then I'll reverse engineer it. And it's different every time.
It is.
That's the thing. Sometimes it's a song.
I don't know if it's a consistent. I think the only consistency is our heart and our goal is to do this work for the kingdom, for Jesus Christ, and just praying his blessing over each of these projects and jobs and clients and the work that we're doing, and just letting him grow it. Yeah. Letting him lead that creativity.
Yeah. What is my process?
I don't know if you have one.
Doing my best? I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. Sometimes I know I had like a window of something and I'll just kind of lean into it. I'm like, oh, wow. Like, it's like almost a script the Lord is downloading in my brain. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird. Or I'll be watching sometimes a show and I'm like, oh, there's something I liked about it. I don't know what movie I watched the other day. It's some garden. I'm like, oh, that was so great that it gave me an idea for Anne and Ashley's.
Okay.
It was like it gave me the idea for the yard. Yeah. To do like, oh, what if we imagine what the yard that they could plant here? It's, I don't know, just little seeds like that.
That's good.
Isn't?
Yeah, that's good.
Isn't?
That means you're living creativity then, right? You're living, everything you're doing is building in tools that you can use in your work.
Yeah. I mean, most creatives pull like that, right?
Mm-hmm. I pull like that from composition. If I'm walking around and I'm seeing architecture that I love, or light hits something a certain way, or certain colors pop, and it's like, oh man, I want to replicate that, or I want to use that in another project or something. Yeah. I don't think we can help seeing the world the way we do as creatives.
That's good.
Right.
Yeah, you have a lot. I guess you have a lot of stories with this, right?
I do, and I think any small business starting out, golly. So I'm also running a coaching group for other real estate media businesses that are around the nation doing a real estate media company. Yeah. We found a way that works really well. People have seen it and they're asking about it. So I started this coaching group, and a lot of the questions in there are around boundaries. Yeah. How do we set boundaries for either work-life balance or for client communication or whatever? Because not every client you work with is going to just automatically have the same set of values you care about. So I think early on, I started this with a family. Yeah. I started this with 3 kids and they're young, and I need time with my family, and they need time with me. And so just early on, the first boundary was I'm not working on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like I had to work Saturdays to start out with. And for me, it was time boundaries was a really big thing of I'm not going to work on Sunday. That's for my family. That's for church. That's for the time I get with a quiet time with God. And I have to have that. And I would work the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of just the first hard boundary. As things have progressed, I've kind of backed that to, okay, now I get Saturday and Sunday. Every now and again, I'll do minor things on Saturday if I have to catch up on something or whatever. But it's not a day I'm going out and spending away from the house and doing a bunch of work. So time boundaries, I think, are really important. That comes down to clients expecting you to answer phone calls on the weekends or answer emails on the weekends or
11 p.m.
Right, because not everybody has the same values, and I don't blame them for that.
Yeah.
There's people that work until midnight, and that's their sweet working spot, and without thinking, sometimes they'll need something and pick up the phone and call or shoot a text or whatever it is. And so I've just kind of had to be really clear in that communication of, here's my boundaries. This
working hours.
What I'm going to operate in, and I respect everyone else. Just realize I'm not operating outside of that right now. And the more you set boundaries, the more people actually respect it. When people see that you respect yourself or respect your business or respect your employees, they respect the same thing. I've had clients, golly, this just, wow. It's been a while since I thought about this.
I know. I was like, you have a lot of stories about this.
I do. I've had clients outright tell me how to manage my employees.
Oh.
Outright tell me how to
feedback.
Make sure that they are working down to the very last second of the workday on their stuff, and make sure that they're not wasting any time and I'm not overcharging. And I'm just like, these are my employees. Yeah. This is, you've agreed to pay us to get this work done. That work's getting done.
Yeah.
You have no more business inside my realm.
Yeah.
And they just did not understand that.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of like headbutting, and I had to be super clear in communication of, look, these are our boundaries. You don't get to tell me how to run my business. Yeah. You don't get to talk to my employees this way, because they started telling my employees what to do outside of, because they had their email for work. And so they would email that. I'm like, no, that does not work.
Yeah.
And so I've had the joy as the owner of what we're doing to set bigger overall boundaries of, here's how we're going to protect our business.
Yeah.
Here's how we're going to protect our culture. Here's how we're going to protect our employees. And once all of that inside is really good and people on the outside see that, I think that they really respect someone taking charge of their stuff.
Yeah.
And protecting their stuff and doing it in an honorable way.
Right.
I'm not upset at these other people for having different boundaries.
Yeah. They're
just going to have to abide by our boundaries, or they don't get to work with us, because we can't work outside of that.
Yeah.
So when you say boundaries, man, that's my where I come at boundaries from is, how do I protect my time? How do I protect my employees' time and the culture that we've created in that? How do we say yes or no to certain jobs? I think every job that we take on, I want to be really, really careful that we are value aligned.
Mm-hmm.
Because really it comes down to the core values. If we have the same core values, even if they're slightly different, but if we have basically the same core values, everything's going to go along great. But if our core values are drastically different, if somebody values, let's say, quantity over quality, just a quick one, we are not going to get along.
Yeah.
We're just not.
Yeah.
We're not here to just cram things out the door and not care about quality.
Right.
If somebody values working with a company that they don't have to talk to at all, they just say, make this happen, and then they expect it to get done in the right way with no communication.
No feedback,
We're not going to be a good fit.
Yeah.
We value
micromanaging.
Yes.
Little things like
Micromanaging.
That's a big one in the creative space.
Yes.
Especially with the videos that we've been doing. And
now that we've set our core values, excellence, trust, communication, hospitality, adaptability, there we go. If someone aligns with all of those, we will work together great.
Yeah.
And so I'm finding every now and again we'll work with a client where the first time we worked with them was not a great experience. And I get to go back and find out, okay, what fell apart? What core value were we not aligning on? Because it always falls down to one core value, one or two core values. And then I can approach them and say, look, because of XYZ, this didn't turn out super well. So if we want to keep working together in the future, we need to meet on this core value or we're not going to be a good fit. And again, I'm not upset at them. I'm not mad at them. It's not their fault necessarily. It's just, I want to make sure that any client we're serving, we are like the perfect fit. On the spot.
On the spot segment.
All right. So we get to ask each other the most random whatever question out there.
Okay.
And I have so many. I'm trying to choose which one. We've only worked together for a year. I don't know everything about you.
Yeah.
Tell me about that tattoo.
Oh, this is from Isaiah 43:19. It says, "Behold, the Lord is doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it?" Yeah, it's just a reminder to remain flexible with the Lord. That He's always, I think I get it. I think I understand what He's doing. And then He'll flip it around and it's maybe the thing was right, but in context, it's totally different. Have you ever been fired
Ooh.
from a job?
Twice.
Oh, I thought it was only once.
No, you thought you knew.
Go on.
All right. First time was partially my fault. Probably most. Both times were my fault. Both times were my fault. So the first time I was working a real estate photography job in Florida.
Oh,
it was right before I got married. Long distance sucks. So I'm like, I need work in Florida.
Yeah.
That's close to the college where my wife is finishing school. The biggest problem was I knew how to shoot, but I didn't know how to edit. And they really needed people who could do both.
Okay.
But they were also very, 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 very detailed in what to do for the shoots. It sounds super basic now, but back then it was a big thing. Make sure all the toilet lids are down, all the TV remotes were put away, all the magazines were straight. The biggest problem was I could shoot, but I couldn't edit well. And so there had a lot of issues with my editing. So there was a few things. I screwed things up. I wasn't good enough. And I got fired 2 weeks before my wedding. That was a challenge. So that really hit. The second time was also my fault, but in a good way that I will never regret. Yeah.
Right, yes. This is the one I know. Okay.
I worked in corporate for 4 years doing photo and video in the healthcare industry. And it was just boring, soul-sucking work. And then when the new manager comes with the same, because it was really the VP of my department that was telling my managers what to tell me.
I see.
And so I loved my managers.
Yeah.
Each of my managers were awesome. And the last lady that had to fire me, she was almost crying.
Oh.
And I was like, just don't worry about it. It's not you. I know who it is. Don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Looking back, God taught me so many things through that. And I look back, and if I was in their shoes, I would have fired me too. As a business owner now, if I had an employee that was just thumbing their nose at everything and not fitting the work culture that I'm trying to create, they've got to go.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them.
Yeah.
It's taken me a long time to get there, but it was hard being fired, losing our apartment, losing our 401k, not being able to find work for the next 10 months and living in an upstairs bedroom with our best friends with kids. And ultimately God used all of that to push us out here and to start what we're starting here. And I tried to start this back in North Carolina. I tried to start this back in Florida, and it's just never taken root. And for something like this to take root in the desert, in a place where I never would have come on my own, it's like, it's God's hand.
Totally.
God directed all of that.
Totally.
Here we go.